Bentornatissimi sul video di Minecraft, però con delle news, perché ieri c'è stato in Minecraft, le ho fatte un po' di react e vi faccio vedere la mia reazione, durerà un botto, per cui prendetevi i popcorn.
Breaking news! We interrupt this Minecraft live broadcast for a special report. There's been a monster sighting. Here's villager number 9. Thanks, number 5. Villager number 15 here says there's a monstrous creature right there in those woods. So, number 15, have you ever lied on the news before? What? I'm not lying. I was with my group and the monster had got all of them. They're all gone. Maybe they just don't like you. You know, because of all the lies. What? That's ridiculous. All right, to put an end to these clear fabrications, gonna go into the spooky forest and prove there's no monster. All right, let's go.
Oh, you're heading into the woods. Very well, but I must warn you. Those who enter there never return here.
What? Why not?
Oh, no, this is just the entrance, darling. The exit's over there.
All right, come on. Everybody keep their eyes peeled for monsters. Of course, we know there's no such thing. What about zombies? Skeletons? It didn't look like any of those. All right, what did it look like? I couldn't see it clearly. It was behind a tree. Convenient. Hey, wait. Does anyone feel like we're being watched? I hope so. We need the ratings. Did anybody hear that? Hey, what? The creaking. I'd say it was more of a crunching. Hey, wait. Where's villager number 31? Is that XP? Ah! The monster got her! Oh, no! It's happening again! No, that could have been anybody's XP. And emeralds. And sign that says, I'm villager number 31, help me, I'm being attacked by a monster. It's circumstantial at best. Let's move on. Yeah, that does make sense. All right, well, I'm convinced. Let's keep going. I thought he said there were monsters. Yeah, where's the monster? All right, we've been here for a while and we haven't seen any monsters. Yeah, we should make our way back. Which way was that again? Oh no, we're lost! What? No! Does anyone know the way back? Villager number 47 will know. He's a cartographer. Where's villager number 47? Hey, someone left a map and all this XP. Maybe there is a monster. There's no monster. Who said that? It appears that a wave of hysteria is afflicting the group. I stand by the notion that there are no monsters in the woods. The cameraman and I are going to run away now for unrelated reasons. Goodbye. Hey, what's behind that tree? Oh no, villager number 9! Villager number 9, are you there? Is anybody there? I guess we'll never know what caused this tragic chain of events, but it definitely wasn't a monster. Ah well, sorry for interrupting the show. Now back to Minecraft Live!
It's been a long time since I first announced our Minecraft movie. We've taken our time to assemble an incredible team and to create an original, fun-filled take on the Minecraft universe. From us at Mojang, our partners at Warner Brothers and Legendary, our talented director Jared Hess, and some amazing content creators, we're bringing Minecraft to the big screen in a way you've never seen before. All with the goal of authentically capturing the spirit of Minecraft by working with people who play, love, and care about the game as much as you do. Let's hear from some fellow Minecrafters and take a closer look at how we made this film.
Let's do it!
I'm Torbe, Creative Director of Entertainment for Mojang.
I'm Jared Hess, the director of a Minecraft movie.
We're super excited to share some exclusive information about how we made this movie.
Man, to be able to celebrate that fun, amazing, creative spirit that is Minecraft, it was just like a dream come true.
We first started talking about making a movie, over a decade ago. We really wanted to honor the world. And then spending like 3 months in New Zealand on set, we've really enjoyed the journey. We thought a lot about what kind of movie to do, and we chose live action because it's not something that's been seen before on this scale.
Creators have made such amazing stories and short films and content in the animation space. I mean, it was like, oh, this is the chance for us doing a film to do something different.
And also kind of wishful thinking, because I always wondered, like, what would happen if I would wake up inside the Minecraft world? Like, how would I survive, and would I survive at all?
The idea of being human beings that are actually going into this cubic dimension of the overworld and how those characters are engaging in that space. And it just seemed like so much fun.
Everything is cubic, like everything is blocks.
We had just an absolutely amazing crew of talented artists. You know, our production designer, Grant Major, he was the production designer for the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. We also are working with Weta, and they all had their own personal relationship with the game.
So when they started designing and drawing, it just really popped. What I like about what you did is that the choices you make, they support the story and the character.
Part of that is because just like every Minecrafter, every player, they bring their own original story to what they're doing. It's very intentional that this movie is called a Minecraft movie as opposed to the Minecraft movie. We have an ensemble of characters, these unlikely misfits that get thrown into this adventure into the overworld. And we experience a lot of that through one of our characters named Henry, who's a young man going through a tough time in his life, and he literally has to create to survive.
You know, I saw him on the page and I was like reading the script, like, oh wait, he's like, you know, a young kid hanging in his room, like building and making stuff. But that's what he is. He's like a maker and he's a creator. Such a big part of Minecraft has been the creator community and modding. So we thought that the Henry character could represent basically the modder, the person who takes the vanilla game and tweaks it and adjusts it, and then he comes into the Minecraft world and he meets Steve, and Steve knows everything about vanilla Minecraft. We've always said that Steve isn't really a character. Like, Steve is what you make him, right?
Yeah.
And we've all embodied Steve and been Steve and done different things. So our Steve in this movie is Jack Black.
He's such a huge fan of the game. After a long day of shooting, he was up into the wee hours of the night playing. It was so funny because he would show up and be like, oh, dude, Esmo Day, we gotta try this thing, dude. You know, some build that he did or something gnarly that happened to him. He just loves the idea that he's able to bring his version of Steve to life. Play it from the top one more time.
Figuring out crafting was super fun. When the game came out, there wasn't a recipe book, and people were like, wait, what happens if I put these things like that? When Garrett's character and these new characters come into the world, they don't know the recipes, they don't know what to do.
The Jason Momoa character, Garrett, is a guy that was like a world championship video gamer in the late 1980s. And he kind of peaked then, but he's still stuck in the past. He's got a little bit of arrested development. He's holding on to that former glory.
We want to show you a short scene that shows Henry and Garrett and Steve. Steve is kind of demonstrating his skills, and then Garrett tries to demonstrate his skills.
Yeah, and Garrett's the noob.
This is a crafting table. Here's how it works. Place these elements in different patterns, and you got yourself a sweet blade.
Wow.
You want to see a blade? I'll show you a blade. Yeah. Hammer. It's okay, bud. Buckets are useful here.
When we were designing crafting and talking about what should it look like, we basically started at the crafting table itself. We looked at the crafting table, we looked at the in-game texture, and it has this like super pixelated picture of like a hammer and a saw there on the side. So obviously that was built into the real-world crafting table. So we got this hammer and we figured we honored the 3x3 grid perfectly, and thought it would be cool and kind of fun and gratifying just to give it a massive whack and then have things appear. Remember when we were trying to figure out the size of the block that you break itself? Look, when Steve holds a block, it's like this big, and there we actually found out that going 1 meter by 1 meter, which is like, 3 feet by 3 feet, is actually too big. So we scaled it down, and the scale's like 60 centimeters cubed, which is 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. And then in the background and maybe in the foreground, we sometimes scaled it down a little bit, but we would always honor powers of 2 because we're programmers and we like powers of 2.
We had to honor what you experience in the game, but also make it work for human scale, for our different characters that are manipulating the environment and the world and throwing blocks, and make it be practical for that, but still feel natural and organic to what people experience in the game and feel authentic in that way. This has been so much fun talking about the movie, everything that's gone into making it, all of the ideas, the point of view, and we cannot wait to share this movie with the world.
Yeah, super excited to
See you in the overworld.
Yeah.
The filmmakers are still hard at work on a Minecraft movie and collaborating closely with us at Mojang, as well as listening to the community to continue to shape and craft the film in a way that's fresh and new, but still authentic to the spirit of the game. Look for more exciting updates soon.
And now it's time to reveal our completely new drop, releasing in a few months. The team has been really excited about the idea of adding a new biome, and we created one with its own unique mood and identity. During daytime, it's quiet, like almost serene in the new pale garden. While you might feel calm walking around in this forest, there's also an eerie mood. Something isn't quite right. Then, when darkness falls, you indeed feel another side of this place. Like the hanging moss shifts from being pretty to really spooky, and you realize that you're not alone. There's something lurking in the shadows.
So everything about this biome feels unfamiliar, and this is by design. We want you to feel a bit curious and scared, like what is this place? Why is it so different from everything else? What we needed for the biome is to have like a low visibility, and we've created the pale hanging moss for this. This really inhibits like how much you can see and how far you can see, but you can still walk through it. So you're traversing through the forest and like trying to find everything, but you don't know what will be behind the hanging moss.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a strange feeling when you enter. It's unnaturally quiet and a feeling of something is going on here.
I really like the ambiance of the new biome. It invokes really those eerie and spooky feelings.
Eerie indeed. And turns out there actually is something lurking in the shadows. The creaking. It's our first tree-like creature, and it's almost like it's camouflaging in the pale garden. And when it's dark at night, it's kind of hard to see it, except those like emissive eyes.
Yeah, and it also interacts with those trees, which is super fun.
Yeah, there's a special new book that it has a connection to.
When you approach the creaking, you can actually realize that it doesn't take any damage, and when you try to hit it, it points you somewhere in the canopies. That's where basically the creaking heart is, and that's what controls the mob.
One of the main themes of the Pale Garden and its inhabitants is that there's a lot of contrast from the rest of the world. So when we made the creaking, we also wanted it to feel unfamiliar and different from other mobs, which is why we made it more asymmetric, to really go on this point of like being different from everything else.
The creaking doesn't exist on its own. It's more of like a puppet of the new block, the creaking heart.
So the creaking heart and its creaking puppet really comes with a new combat challenge or combat mechanic, both in the way that you need to destroy the heart block to actually kill the creaking, and also, of course, that the creaking only moves when you look away.
So don't blink.
I really like the sandboxiness of the creaking heart. So if I use Silk Touch, you obtain it, and then you can place it anywhere you want in the Minecraft world. So if you want to be as evil as the creaking heart itself, you can place it and make your friends really terrified.
To embrace the quietness of Minecraft, we added ambient sounds for this biome that only plays during the night. It comes from the blocks that surround you, that will make an even more creepier experience for the player. And to do that, you need to play with the silence and the contrast of the silence and the sounds. So to make creaking, I gathered a lot of creepy stuff that will make creepy sounds. Obviously, the biggest thing would be to gather wood and twigs and stuff like that, dead leaves, to get rustling and creaking. But I also recorded salty sticks, the Swedish snack. I think it's Swedish. And one of the biggest part actually of the sound is my table creaking, dragging against the floor, and also a chair. I also recorded teeth. It sounds a bit like bones, maybe, when the mob is walking. So it's.
What do you mean by teeth? Oh, okay. So we wanted to make the biome very gray to give this very eerie feeling, right? And with these gray tones, a very fitting new wood set was going to be a white colored wood set. And this is something that players have wanted for a long time.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the pale oak wood set, especially that in a lot of places people paint their fences white, for example, for a white picket fence. And that will be exciting for a lot of players to actually represent themselves.
And then we also have like the hanging moss. And you can bone meal it, so it's renewable. So I think like just bringing it as well, and maybe put it in a greenhouse and things hang from the roof, or like a wild garden. Something like that would be really fun to build with it, I think.
Yeah, and it's also a really unique carpet moss because it also spreads all over sides of the blocks. And that also looks really great.
We look for a lot of inspiration, so we've looked at all these kind of different forests all over the world. A tree that stood out was like the willow tree, like because it's very hanging, there's a lot of like drapery, and it feels very eerie. Then we looked at like Spanish moss. This was like inspiration for the pale hanging moss that we've used in the biome, essentially. Because this gives this like drapey feeling without being willow trees, and it was a little bit more versatile and flexible to use in the biome, and could also be used as like building blocks.
We are super excited to see what you do with these new features and the new game drop.
We want to create connections between features because the Minecraft world is an ecosystem, and we really want it to feel like that. And the creaking heart and its puppet, creaking, it really has a new way of creating this kind of connection. So it's going to be really fun to see you all experiencing it. And it's actually coming to snapshots, previews, and betas very soon. So soon you can all try that.
Villager number 9 here! Sorry for interrupting again, but villager number 15 and I have just escaped from the spooky forest. And I'd just like to state, like I said earlier, that I was right! There is in fact a monster in the woods that looks like wood and sounds like wood. What? That's a lie! You didn't believe that at all! Many didn't believe me. But in my heroic foray into the spooky forest, I, villager number 9, single-handedly discovered the creature that I shall now name the Crunching. It's called a creaking. It literally just said its name. Maybe I should go into monster hunting. I'm clearly very good at it. Villager number 9, Monster Hunter. It's got a nice ring to it. Well, sorry to interrupt the show again. Now back to Minecraft.
Spero che l'illuminazione vi sia piaciuta e ci vedremo in un nuovo video. Ciao belli.